As far as general release Jordans go nowadays, these are fire. This year, although it's been a bit of a down year for Jordan Brand financially, the Jordan 4 has been one of the bright spots as the model continues to sell out consistently. We're now in the fourth quarter of the year, and Jordan fans know what that means. This is the time of the year when Jordan Brand brings those heavy hitters, and I got one of those in my hands right now, and in this video, I'll be reviewing the Jordan 4 Craft Medium Olive. So these are releasing officially on November the 18th worldwide, including the SNKRS app. The retail price for these will be $210 US, and in Europe they're going for 220 euros. Not sure why it's more expensive in Europe. It's usually the other way around for Jordan Brand. After the currency conversion, it's about 235 US, so it is a pretty significant markup in Europe. I got this pair early from GOAT because I knew I wanted to get this pair, and when I looked at what these were going for prior to release, it really wasn't all that much. In total, I paid about 258 euros for these. That's including shipping and all duties. If these do end up sitting, then whatever, I'm cool with that. I don't mind paying an extra 38 euros. And just a tip, especially for those of you living in Europe, I've noticed that recently, especially with Jordan releases, if you look on GOAT how much the sneakers go for just prior to the release, it's really not that much more. Sometimes it's even about retail after the currency conversions. I know this is not an ad for GOAT or anything like that. I'm just looking out for your pockets, so just something for you Europeans to consider. So getting into the shoes, now the full name of this sneaker is the Jordan 4 Craft SE Medium Olive. The SE in the name stands for Special Edition. Now earlier in the year, back in February, Jordan Brand began this whole Craft series when we saw the Jordan 4 Craft drop. And when I reviewed that sneaker, I commented about how I was pretty impressed with the quality and the variety of different materials used on that shoe, even though I wasn't necessarily a huge fan of the colorway. We then saw the Craft series continue throughout the year with the Jordan 5 Craft Orwood Brown, and we also saw it on a Jordan 1 Low. And now we got these, which in my opinion is the best edition of the Jordan Craft series so far. These are nice, so let's get into it. Starting off with the box, now you do get a special edition box here. It's done in that similar medium olive color, and you can see the box does have that familiar cement print. I like the color of this box a lot, and I also wanted to point out that I was watching some quote-unquote early reviews of this sneaker, people who somehow got these shoes months ago and posted videos on YouTube. They were showing standard Jordan 4 boxes in the videos, those classic white and gray boxes. That's why guys, when you are watching sneaker reviews, make sure you're watching it from channels that you trust, because there are a lot of people out there reviewing rep sneakers and pretending like they're real. Now opening up the box and looking at the shoes, now my first reaction was, wow, these look very familiar. These look very much like the Undefeated 4s, which in my opinion at least is one of the best looking Jordan 4s to have released. The sneakers also remind me of those Jordan 4 Travis Scott Friends and Family pair, which we never actually saw a wider release of. And also a couple of years ago there was that taupe haze Jordan 4. Definitely I would say this medium olive pair reminds me of all three of those sneakers. But what makes this Craft Jordan 4 special is the combination of materials used on the upper, which kind of gives the sneaker almost like a patchwork type of look. Let's start off with the mudguard, which is done in a pretty nice hairy suede, which I'm happy to say is quite soft, and you can definitely feel that when you have these on feet. More on that later. On top of the mudguard, on the toe box, you have a darker shade of olive here, and it's done in a nubuck material, which is also very nice and soft. On camera, I don't know why the material looks a bit more ashy than it really is, but I think that nubuck panel really splits up the shoe quite nicely and adds a bit of contrast between the mudguard and the upper parts of the shoe. Those familiar Jordan 4 cages that you get on the sneaker, now we normally always get plastic cages on the Jordan 4, but this time it feels like the cages have been kind of printed onto the suede panels. These sneakers almost look like they came out fresh out of a waffle maker. Looking at the plastic heel panel, it's actually translucent in color, which I think looks pretty fire. And we get this pale yellow Jumpman, which I think looks great contrasting against that medium olive. You also get the Jumpman in that same pale yellow color on the tongue of the shoe, which is made out of suede. And one more comment about the tongue is that it is a very nice and plush tongue. I feel like lately there's been some skinnier tongues on the Jordan 4s, but this one is very nice and plush, and when you have it on feet, it feels nice and cushiony. Near the ankle collar too, you see this random suede patch there, which is something unique to the Jordan 4 Craft series. Some people were so thrown off by this patch that they were refusing to buy the Jordan 4 Crafts that came out earlier in the year, but I don't get it, guys. It's really not that noticeable, and to me it's not that big of a deal. And the wings on this sneaker are done in black, and it is made out of leather, so that is the third material used on the shoe. I'm very happy that they painted those in black because yeah, that really does give you that undefeated 4 type of look. My biggest disappointment with the sneaker has to be with the laces, however. So you do only get one pair of laces with the shoe, and that is done in the standard medium olive color, which I think is a big missed opportunity. I feel like some black laces would have really popped on this pair, and even if we got those pale yellow laces like we do on the Jumpman, I feel like that would really make the shoe pop as well. Also, sail laces I think would have looked pretty good on these. I don't get it, Jordan Brand. We're paying $200 now for your shoes and you can't even give us some extra laces. Moving down to the midsole. The midsole is painted in white. In some light, it kind of looks like a very, very light eggshell color, but I would say it's closer to white. And then finally on the outsole, you get a little pop of color there with that pale yellow and also hits of black and gray. Guys, I love this colorway a lot. I've been pretty much hyping it up all year. I think this is one of the nicest looking Jordan 4s to drop this year, especially for the fall season. A sneaker like this is gonna get a lot of use. I'm the type of guy, I do wear a lot of black, a lot of olive cargos, some khakis as well in the fall season, and I feel like a sneaker like this is just gonna look perfect with that type of outfit.
Tried to style it real quick for you right here to show you how easy these shoes are to wear in the fall time. Super simple fit here, black canvas jacket with some faded black jeans, wore a green sweatshirt underneath, and yeah, you got yourself a pretty clean fit, guys.
Moving on to sizing with these, so I did get these in my true size, a US 11, and they fit really good. This has got to be one of the best fitting Jordan 4s I think I've copped recently. Sometimes when I go true to size in Jordan 4s, especially with the leather 4s, my pinky toe especially does feel a bit squeezed in sometimes, but not on this pair. On this pair, the fit is great. I would say the fit is pretty similar to the Canyon purple 4s that dropped, I think, last year. That pair as well, I felt like the toe box area just felt a bit wider, but I think it's mainly because of the materials used on this pair. The soft suede used on the sneaker just already feels like the shoe has been worn in, so I really felt no discomfort whatsoever. When I put these on, I felt like I've been wearing these shoes for a long time already. So just go with your true size in these, and that is the perfect fit. Just to give you some sizing reference, I wear the same size in these as I do Jordan 1s, as well as Nike Dunks, and I go a half size down in Air Force 1s. Now I have to warn you guys that there are quite a lot of fakes and reps of these floating around, so I do suggest using an app like CheckCheck app just to make sure that you have a legit pair. If you don't have CheckCheck app already, use the link in the description and use the promo code JD to actually get one free legit check. Definitely highly recommend that to make sure that you are getting legit pairs every time. Looking at what these are going for on the resale market, I guess Jordan hype has really come down quite a bit, because if you would have told me that this colorway last year would be reselling at this price, I would have been pretty shocked. But they're going for not all that much above retail, which is honestly great, guys. Who the hell wants to spend extra money when you don't have to? Overall, the Jordan 4 Craft medium olive, this was one of the shoes that I circled on the Jordan release calendar because I thought it was one of the nicest looking 4s to drop this year. I've been pretty much hyping it up all year. They finally arrived and I am very pleased with how these turned out. I am nitpicking a little bit, but I guess if I could have changed one thing about the sneaker, it would have been to make the sneaker a bit darker green, like maybe just 1 or 2 shades darker. But it's not a big deal. At least there's some black sections on the shoe which do tone it down. Like the quality on these and the different materials, like the way they fit on feet right out the box. So definitely for me, these are one of my favorite Jordan 4s to drop this year. Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about the Jordan 4 medium olive? Will you guys be getting a pair? And if you haven't already done so, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. What are you waiting for, guys? I drop videos just like this every single week. And if you want to keep up with me on the daily and you just want to reach out to me, the best place to do that is following me on Instagram. Links to that can be found in the description as well. Thank you guys so much once again for stopping by and for watching this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.